All right, welcome back for another week of Tuesday Night Devils and Demons. I'm your DM, Danny. We're going to be going through our Descent into Avernus campaign using the Adventurers League rule set. In a moment here, we're going to introduce our players, going through going through their names, their characters' name, race, and class, a short description, and our question of the session, which is, what is the first thing your character's going to do once they leave this mucky dungeon?
I'll kick things off. My name's Josh. I play Calvin's C-130. He is a light cleric, and I've also gonna go ahead and announce everybody. I'm the leader of the party now, I think. I also am. Would the first thing when I get out of here is I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna get some new armor, and I'm gonna think and spend a lot of time reminiscing about all my friends that I saw blasted to dust in front of my very eyes.
All right, I think it's my turn. My name is Laura. I play Vane. She is a halfling sorcerer. And I'm sorry, you are the leader? No. And the first thing Vane is going to do when she gets out, one, she is going to eat twice her weight in whatever food there is, preferably some kind of pasta. Two, she is going to take a long, long nap. She deserves it.
So you were in there getting tortured, huh?
I mean, I was mostly getting tortured by this one fucking nerd, Braz, reading his dumb books. It was so boring. Reading his dumb books. It was so boring.
Hi, I am Cindy. I am also known as the High Priestess. You guys on this channel may have seen me on Cleric Talk. Today I am playing Malum, a tiefling bard who is just finding out much about herself, and she just found out maybe she's got a crush on someone for the first time. I don't know, she feels nice and safe around this big strong guy. And I think the first thing she's going to do is try to make sure she gets those digits.
Okay, I think it's me. Hello, I am Amber. I am playing Sherman. He is a stout halfling, a conquest paladin, and he has one cute level of bard in him. Basically just means got lots of smites. He's very handsome. He likes to ride on a peacock that's really big, and it makes him feel fancy. Considering that Sherman died at one point in the dungeon, I would assume that his pillow that he uses to stuff his very shiny paladin armor probably smells quite a bit. So I think he's gonna air that out. He's gonna take some poopery, put that shit up in there, just kind of make everything smell nice. That's what he's about right now.
Hey, I'm Cook, and I'll be playing your half-orc fighter, Braz, who's also he resents the fact of being called a nerd. He prefers librarian, but fine, yeah, sure, whatever. We haven't given up on educating Fane. She's not lost yet.
Oh boy.
Braz, first thing he's gonna do when he gets out of here, he's gonna ask, "Where the hell am I?"
That's a fair question.
It's a very good question. And where are they indeed? Nowhere but the very end of the Dungeon of the Dead 3, a hideaway beneath a bathhouse in Baldur's Gate. They busted this place in the Orders of the Flaming Fist, of which they now are a part of. After some delving, dying, and discovering new friends and treasures, they, encountered a few new NPCs. Those not to say the least of is Mortlock, the giant of the Van Thamper family, not in standing, but more in stature. The, I would say, ill-fitting son of the shoe-in for the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate, Mortlock is keenly aware of his mother's schemes to, I would say, destroy the Flaming Fist simply by paying the Dead 3 cultists to murder people in broad daylight, to cause a ruckus in the city, and to undermine the faith, or, well, what little faith the city still has in the Flaming Fist. If the Flaming Fist ain't getting paid, then I guess they would fold, leaving nothing but Thalamras.
And I will help him accomplish whatever he needs done.
Yes, Mortlock's plan of action is to tell you about all, give you a bit of a lead, help you with his brother, and then hide, and then leave. It was no further part to play in this city. This city is horrible. He doesn't like it, as many of you, I assume, had the same feelings. So Mortlock will again reiterate that, well, if you want to have any chance of standing up to my mother, you're going to need insurance. She cares not for me, cares little for Thirstwell, but cares greatly for Amric. Securing him as a bargaining chip would not be a bad idea before heading to speak with her.
All right, where do we get your brother from?
He has a money-lending business outside this place in the Low Lantern. A tavern.
So I mean, you're talking like we just cruise up in Shanghai's bitch ass?
More elegantly than that, I'd hope. But yes, sequester him.
You've seen how I get down. I said, well, you've seen how I get down here in the dungeon, so perhaps I will defer to my party mates when it comes to eloquence of approach.
Now, as you're all kind of talking this over, the other thing is you'd also found several treasure chests full of gems, crystal vials, and a bronze crown, among the various accoutrements of the cult of the dragon. You decide what you plan on doing with all that.
We're taking it.
It belongs in a museum.
Okay.
Some of it belongs in my pocket.
There's 4 chests. There is more than enough of you and the skeletons besides to help you carry these things out of here. There's
Question.
Yes.
How is the denizens of this bathhouse going to feel about us cruising out with skeleton?
Not great.
Skeletons are not a common a sight walking the streets of Baldur's Gate. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay,
Some like long bathrobes on them.
Is there any way that I could try to disguise them?
That is fucking genius. Let's go weekend at Bernie's with these
There
motherfuckers.
are plenty of shredded cultists and people that Mortlock pulped.
Let's dress them up.
Yeah, I'd like to dress up my skeletons, please.
So yeah, there's plenty of dark robes that work just as well for that. So you can get the 2 skeletons all dressed up and ready to go. Grab onto your chest, close them all up. You peek through that final last room. There's a bunch of rats. But among the rats, you do find some various supplies stolen from someone else, no doubt. But 4 potions of healing as well.
Nice.
That is fantastic.
We give those out to everybody who doesn't have healing.
Okay, so you can disperse those as you will. At this
So
point,
that's what?
you haven't
1
found...
to Maloom, 1 to Sherman, 1 to Cook. What's your character's name now? I have to have that part of the screen obscured.
Braz.
Are
1
we,
with Braz.
Did we get left on a short rest also? Because
Yeah.
I'm 10 out of 17 that I
Yes.
need 7
You did.
healing.
Yeah, make sure you're all short rested up, and then we'll head on out of here.
Okay,
During
let
the
me
short rest, you're
spend
also
the-
sorry. You have Nebra as well is with you.
Squadron.
Yeah, the others you left in the torture room. Nebra, you refused to let out of your sight. She is getting antsy, especially at that last display. She wants to leave yesterday, and does not really want to hang around while you guys take an hour rest. She would rather chance it going back by herself.
That's not going to happen. We need to rest up, and then we need to make it out into the cover of darkness. So is there any way that we can like estimate like how long we've been down here for versus like the hours of the temple?
You've been down here less than 6 hours. It's probably been about 3.
Okay, so would the temple be closed at this, or the bathhouse be
Oh,
closed?
definitely not. I mean, actually, it's probably been less than 3 hours. When I think about it, given
We've
mean-
taken 2 short rests.
yeah, and then just trudging a bit. Yeah, about 3 hours. It's definitely not closed. That's for sure.
Okay, so we want to wait until, I mean, there's probably still going to be people in there since this is a shady operation,
Yeah.
but the less people we have to kill, the better.
Wait,
Okay.
is it open like 24/7, or would we
It
be
is
able
not.
to like?
They close a little bit after dark.
Can we tell if it's dark?
Not from down here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we knew what time we went in.
Yeah, you need to probably give yourself about 3 hours down here, and you'd probably be at closing.
Okay, so
okay.
if we have to fucking tie up Nebra so she doesn't foul it, we will. But we're waiting for the bathhouse to about an hour after the bathhouse closes before we make our way out. Does that sound good, team?
Sure.
Good to
No
go.
problem, Captain.
Told you.
Bathhouse above, are they in conjunction with the cultists down here?
I mean, I could only assume.
Shouldn't we report them to the authorities?
No, you're an idiot.
That is true.
No authorities. We are the authorities down here now. If we report them, if we
you're deputized, shouldn't we arrest them?
We're not arresting
Look
anybody,
at the
bras.
jail that we were in. It seems only fair.
Well, so I guess anybody we have to, instead of killing people up here, we'll just bring them down and round them up if we have to.
And put them
That's
in jail?
All right. So arrange
That's a-
yourselves as you would be when you're getting ready to short rest. What room do you want to take? Where do you want to sit around?
I can't
This
see
is
anything.
pre-short
so I'm not
rest,
sure.
by the way.
Yeah, I can't see anything either. There we go. Bing! I'm going first.
Brass is gonna spend his time until like the third shift to watch studying the statues.
Wait, so where's everybody hanging out? Are we all in the same
I'm
place?
gonna sleep against the corner. There I am.
I'm gonna hang out with Maloom.
Yeah, I'm just kind of with my skeletons and with Fane.
The skeletons do creep me the fuck out, though. Vane is not a fan of the skeletons. She appreciates them, but
I'd be
Okay,
more
so-
scared of Coda than the
So Fanny, you're just hanging
skeletons.
out in the water by the stairs.
I'm gonna move.
Yeah, I mean, figure out on the map there in that room where you actually want to be.
Right there.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Is everybody to settle in? You have those last words, and I need everybody to roll me initiative. So no settling in for your rest here.
Wait, so did we at least like recover a little bit of health?
No, not even a little bit.
God damn it.
Which means actually 2 of you are not conscious. I believe.
I thought we all regained consciousness.
Yeah, as soon as we're done, I'm freaking healing.
Oh,
word.
right. Yeah, I had a candle. Sorry, I was thinking somebody else. What was I thinking of? Yeah, the candle. Okay, so you're already there.
No, you were right. We were fucking unconscious. There was 2 people that were down, no doubt. But unless it happened like minutes after.
No, you're right. All right. So I have missing Sherman from the over here.
Did you see my message too, Danny?
Can you not move it?
No, I can. I just can't adjust like the health or anything. Like this Sherman's connected to my old sheet.
Just drag the token from your new sheet. Like drag the name of your journal into the screen. That should bring you a token. Are you using copy of or Prime?
I'm using copy of.
There you go. Okay.
We're not 3rd level yet, right?
That's correct. You're still right after that fight. Basically, you're all settling in.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Bloom, Sherman, add your initiatives to the tracker. Just physically, like manually. See, let's still hang out right there. You just manually change there. Well, it's not bad at all.
I need you to put me on the list.
C1, add her. Okay. Calvin, what'd you get?
18.
You're at advantage for some reason.
Oh shit.
Okay, so as you're all settling down for your rest, and Calvin, you're having these words with Nebra, and she doesn't want to stay, and she's getting hysterical, and she's just as you're like getting everything through and sitting down and just having, and she just shakes her head, and you see it in her eyes that she is going to run. And she rolled incredibly well in her initiative, and she is going to do so. You see her begin to say some words of magic. If anyone would like to use their reaction to identify the spell, you can.
Braswood.
Can I do that considering I am a far boy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a op attack.
You cannot.
Why not?
Because it's not 3rd edition.
Oh, spellcasting doesn't trigger an opportunity attack?
That is correct. But you can choose to identify the spell if you'd like to as your reaction. C1 and Sherman would have advantage on this check.
Would?
Yes. It's just a straight spellcasting ability check. So it'd be charisma or wisdom check.
Gotcha. 1 second.
So you're looking for a 17. I believe it's on the...
Yeah. Sherman got a 20. Sherman did good.
Yeah. You, Sherman, see when you're not quite sure. Sherman, you believe that they are casting... Nebra is casting Sanctuary spell. So you ward yourself against dangerous things. And she winks at you, Calvin, and as she's stepping away from you, vanishes and becomes invisible. Okay.
I mean, isn't the whole concern that she just doesn't get us caught? So
Yes,
we just
but
let
it
her
also
go?
means that one can't attack her on the way out.
How far can I throw pocket sand, Danny? Just for future reference, because I know I'm too far down the initiative anyway.
So I'll get there. 5.
Okay.
All right. So that's what she does. At that point.
Let's just follow her out. Yeah, we'll see what happens to her.
But this is happening before your arrest. So if you do want to chase her out, that is a choice.
No, I don't want to chase her out. I mean, we just want to follow her to the exit.
Okay. So, Moon, what are you doing?
Yeah, I follow. I see Calvin going to like follow her in that direction, so I whistle at my skeletons, and I kind of like head nod to Fane, and I head off in that direction.
Okay. So you all begin to. I mean, if this is the move, just gonna kind of keep pace. Is that something? Is that what you're all gonna do? Just follow her out?
Yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, do you guys want to try to attack her? I don't really see the point in attacking her. She can be invisible. That's all I give a fuck about.
You don't think it's weird that she wants to leave so bad?
The only thing,
Definitely
no,
weird, but can we really like? I feel like it'd be in our best interest to follow her.
Yeah, I would just
mean,
say
she's-
like I'm not ready to get into a combat right now, considering I'm rocking 1 HP. But I'm ready to throw stand into a 5-foot square and hopefully reveal where someone is if we want to see him. That's all.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
no,
not
I'm-
hiding. In addition to being invisible, she's just turning invisible. But after like about a round, if you're just following, she'll stop running, but just does continue leaving. And then once you get to kind of that bottleneck, like the stairs leading back up again, she nods at all of you. Thanks you very much for helping her out of here. And then turns invisible and heads up the stairs.
Okay, cool. We wait.
Cool. So, with Deborah gone, you have a short rest without any interruptions. And once you're ready for that, you can leave the dungeon. So, it's, by your estimations, a couple hours later, it's probably about 7 bells. It's should be closed at this point. Should be dusky. And as you head up the stairs, there is a mess in that room. No one went in after you, and your very convincing display of why they should not. So at this point, you head up. That room with the secret door and the massage table is empty. It is quiet.
All right, we go ahead and creep out with us and the Skelly Squad.
All right, so you're gonna go out through that window on the top floor, or through the front entrance.
What do you guys think?
We should probably be
Window.
sneakier. Yeah.
All right, we sneak out the top window.
Okay, so just going out the window of that room, that leads you to the back of the building that's still like walled in. Because remember, this had a walled area. And does any of a passive perception of 16 or higher?
Lol.
No.
No.
So, skirting the kind of other windows of the bathhouse and going around to the front, I'm going to grab your big token bunch real quick. And let's take you all back. So actually, that leads back into an alley into the city proper. And as you are all kind of doing that, you're waiting. There's kind of shuffling as one by one you go through that kind of half window out to the back of the building, kind of peek in through the other window into the bathhouse proper. Then it seems curiously empty. The alley on either side is dipped in dusk light. There's not a lot of people moving around. And as the skeletons emerge from the window, quite comically, a shadow darkens the alley. And not moments after, another on the other side. As you see a couple of figures begin to walk towards you. Silhouetted in the dust light, it makes it a little hard to see. They're wearing dark clothes, clearly wearing leather. They have these very wide hoods on, and as they go about 30 feet away, you can see that they look a bit humanoid. Picture these guys. Just do you remember the masks I showed you earlier of the dragon
priest?
masks? Hold on, let me actually get on this token here. Token here. And this guy. Here we go. Nope, doesn't want to. But these figures have these very large and wide masks of bent and creased black metal that reach out and to curled points as horns. And you see iconography as to that you saw of the chests which the skeletons are trying to pull through the window. As you emerge from the bathhouse, 5 figures in total, 1 each side of the alley, 3 leaping down from the courtyard wall. In addition to their black armor, they wear strange masks and cloaks that give each of them a vaguely dragon-like appearance. All 5 are brandishing curved steel blades reminiscent of dragon claws. And they look at all of you, and they say, well, one of them steps forward. It's clearly their leader. He's about 25-ish feet away from all of you. I see you've found what we're looking for. How kind of you.
I believe you're mistaken.
I point at the leader and yell, "You're under arrest!"
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
on
Nice.
whose authority?
Hey, so before we get started here, we got our chance to rest up, obviously after
Yeah.
Nebra left.
Yeah, sure, rest.
Okay. Before we start going fucking chin to chest here.
Yes.
Well, we helped out some of your guys who were in there getting unspeakable tortures laid upon them. And this is the payment for that. And it's just a bunch of money, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal to you guys. So I'd appreciate it if you could please step aside. We have more business to attend to.
You take us for dead 3 cultists.
For dead 3 cultists? No. You're like the garbage Cult of the Dragon guys.
Mm-hmm. Garbage. Sure.
You might want to be a little bit nicer there.
I mean, you can see we have quite an experienced partner. So I think at the very least, I would expect you to have a little bit more candor if you're going to try to negotiate with us. This isn't like an all or nothing thing here. So let's talk for real.
No, of course not. We're taking the artifact. You can keep the coin. Or at least as much as you can carry.
Are you talking about the crown?
Crown, the masks, the vial.
I'm a little confused. Are we not the cops?
I mean, you can have the masks. I don't really know what those do, but I'm pretty sure if I put it on, it's gonna fuck me. I'm not sure about the crown. I think that's probably worth more than all the treasures combined. So let's talk about the crown.
Fine. You may keep the vials and the copper chests. We're taking the silver, the masks, and the crown.
You didn't answer my question. I'll
What
give you
about
one more chance. My question was, tell me what the crown does, and I will know how to properly negotiate. I've already thrown in the masks. We don't
for
need your fucking
you?
mask.
It does nothing. It is a tool.
Hmm.
A tool can be used by anyone, really.
Not true.
But I say so.
Do you
Let's
let the child speak for you?
what'd you say?
Do you let the child speak for you?
No, she
I'm not
we're
a child.
we're a progressive party here, so everybody gets a choice. So, I want them all to know what's going on, and if we choose to ass blast you, then at least everybody's on board. Or we can negotiate and give you your things and continue on. We just wiped that whole fucking dungeon out, so imagine what we're gonna do to you in the alleyway.
Oh, but it's not just me. You're making an enemy of the queen. Is that your intention?
What queen?
Queen who?
Tiamat.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Never heard of her.
Is she here?
This has been stolen
You-
from her hoard. We've been
You
sent to
mean
retrieve it. We've
you
found
mean the
it.
one that you mean the one that got sent packing back in season 1?
An unfortunate circumstance. The time was not right.
So you think just because Manganello releases your reprint that now the time is right?
No. No, of course not. But that's none of your business.
So if we were to
This-
give you the crown and these masks, would that be a favor with the queen?
No, that would be honestly an insult. She would want it all back, but it would lessen her fury should you find yourselves in her presence.
How much money is there, Danny?
I mean total. Five.
I'm lawful neutral, dude, so I don't give a fuck.
I mean, like maybe like 400 gold total less, and that's counting some of the art objects. It's mostly in copper and silver.
So, team thoughts on just giving it to him and like trying to, should I just drive harder and try to extract like a specific acknowledgement of favor?
Sherman is pretty uncomfortable around these people.
I just
They
want to
called
get
me
rid
a
of them so we
child, and I
can
will
keep
not forgive
going.
them.
I don't
So
understand.
look-
I thought
Like
Two that were that are
Sherman's doing
standing
more
on
work
the
to like hide
wall
his face.
are like there seem to be. We're doing an inside check. So yeah,
Sherman might be hiding, but he's peeping.
Braz, you can tell that they're the two on the wall are like talking clearly about someone in your group. Sherman, you think one of them recognizes you.
Cool.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Sure.
All right. So, how about this? Since this, upon conferring with the squadron, this amount of gold is a fucking pittance to a rich motherfucker like myself. So you are more than welcome to take it all. but I want to know if I want to extract exact favors from your queen. You let her know that we hooked you guys up and we didn't wipe the hallways with you.
He chuckles to himself. I'll be sure to pass that along. Your generosity in returning stolen property will be noted.
Well, I mean, possession is 9/10 of the law. I'm sure she could appreciate that. And we just, like I said, dominated an entire dungeon full of cultists and floating death head motherfuckers, and
I have a question.
yes,
Just
Coda.
because you guys didn't care, can we keep those vials after all? I mean, you were gonna give it to us anyways. I mean, you're gonna keep everything else. I just figure the vials. I don't know. My Coda wants them. I don't know.
Yes, you may take the vials, for I do not believe our business is completely concluded yet. A group as powerful as you could be useful to our queen. Come, take them, Sherman. As you see, well, the one from the roof has come down from the wall and is like whispering to the leader, who's kind of slowly nodding.
Sherman,
I'll go
what have you
take
not
them.
told us?
It's been a long
Thanks,
time
Sherman.
since Flan.
Yeah. Not that
I
long.
cast a light cantrip directly above Sherman. Sherman, where were you on the night of fucking October the 13th?
Nothing, just betraying people. It's fine.
Oh, you don't know. Got a real war hero on your hands, isn't that right?
It's true, I am. It's it for the people.
What?
I make the light as bright as possible. Sherman, tell us the truth. What is this man speaking of?
I mean, I didn't do anything bad. I just deserted them.
Oh,
I just ran
yeah,
away.
yeah, I desert them too. Look how ghastly their fashion sense is.
Desert them. Desert. Oh, I think more like coward, but you know,
Tomato,
it's
tomato.
hard for someone to fade away. It's not us you betrayed. No, no, the Black Fists. Isn't that right? I don't think the Bane Knights would be so happy to know there's a traitor running around.
I mean,
You flipped them for us. You wore the tears for the main virulence.
this is
You would
true.
turn your back on your brothers so easily.
I did. This is
So
true.
what's to say that you're not going to turn your back on us, Sherman?
Mm.
You
You're not
midget.
gonna force me to do bad things, then I probably will stay with you by choice. But if you threaten me, then maybe I'll go to someone who's stronger. I don't know. Maybe.
Spoken like a Bay Knight. Come, gather our things. You see the one kind of jump off the that wall there. The one from the far side of the alley begins to walk towards you. They sheath their weapons. Sherman is holding the two vials from the third chest, and kind of making eye contact. They begin to pull up the chest. The leader kind of steps forward. Well, if there's nothing else, I think we'll be seeing you again someday.
I bow.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope not.
Did I just take a bribe?
Good work
You
is
all
good.
very cautious.
Good work is and good business
Not a
is good work
bribe.
is good business.
Yeah,
If you
it's
guys
business.
if you guys need assistance down the line here and it's not to slaughter like children or something, you can look us up.
Yes, they kind of walks over to one of the vials and I'm sorry. Grabs one of the green agates from the from one of the chests and kind of puts it right in the pin where the cloak fastens on Sherman's armor, a green gem, and looks fitting, Sherman. You know, those colors never really wash off. Till next time. And they leave the
Yikes. Sherman, these dudes be talking some serious shit about you.
I mean, I left. They're just jealous.
Coda pats you on the
They're rude
shoulder.
as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They're not
So,
nice.
having not died in that encounter, you're able to make your way, bedraggled, to Upper City, to see to Calvin's home, where you can wash off. Mortlock is also wearing some disguised clothes, kind of lumbering alongside of all of you. And upon returning to C1's village, you were able to get a long rest, the first time in a while. And upon waking, you feel just maybe a little bit stronger, and you're able to level up to 3.
Are we hot swapping?
Yes. So we can take a moment if you'd like to talk about level 3 for you guys, what changed. That same order as our introductions. If you want to say a word or two about what changed for you, anything new, exciting for you, you can go ahead and share that if you'd like.
I just got some new second level spells, hold person, stuff like that. Even though I'll still just be blasting away with my divine bolt. Other than that, I feel about 1 inch longer.
Excuse me, what?
What?
Vane just got some meta magic, and she's gonna figure out how to use it. She doesn't know yet. Not really. She just kind of jumps into shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I got to pick a college, and I'm picking a college I've never used before. In light of psionic and psychic talk today, I decided to do College of Whispers. And there's a cool little
Get ready for
psychic
that student
place.
debt.
Right? Nothing's ever free, is it?
Braz
Happening.
immediately left the crooked cops who just took a bribe in front of him. Then he got paranoid that they were going to kill him if he left. So he stayed with them. So he kind of just ducked off for like a minute. And along the way, he's reflecting, and he's going to finally put to use some of that small scale wizardry he's been practicing on the down low.
Yeah, Sherman took a level of Bard, so he's got more spots for smiting, but not much else. That's about it. Got some spells that I'm not going to use. We'll see.
What about you, Coda? Coda's the one that levels up, dude. Maloom's just first level common.
No, Coda's definitely the one that leads this patrol here, you know, but
That's what I'm telling
the voice.
you. Maloom's first level commoner, dude. It's Coda that has the skill set.
Yeah, I know that. She's the sneaky one. That's why she picked up Mage Hand, because honestly, the Mage Hand comes from the tail. Like, the tail starts to move, and then the Mage Hand comes out of the tail.
I like that. Oh, it is officially snowing out.
Over the long rest, let's say, Braz, give me a history or religion check.
I like how you went from fucking being him up as a Vectos to the fucking resident genius of the.
Yeah. Like, you're thinking on that exchange with the Cold of the Dragon you had, and kind of just dots and D's, and you do remember, context gap for background feature, that the Black Fists ruled Flan. For a short time, they were kind of the Flaming Fists analog of Mulmaster, the kind of police force that was less than perfect. And they were all Bay Knights. Well, mostly. So, everybody's all long rested, all leveled up. Mortlock looks a bit better as well. Well, what do you plan to do?
Okay, I think we need to go and we need to can I upgrade my armor? How much was plate armor? $600, $500?
1500.
Oh, that would require a pooling of money. How
Yep,
much cash do we end up getting out of that last dungeon?
Total, you should be at. If you haven't spent anything yet, you should be at 240.
Well, that ain't dick.
Yeah.
Would you
That's
hurry up on the
that's
fucking
a
money?
lifetime. You can retire at that as a well. Your family and about 2 generations after that can retire at that kind of money.
Yeah, but I'm no commoner, dude. 240 is what we spend before lunch.
That's accurate, but that's what you got. So not full.
I spend 240 when I go to buy weed.
Let's see here.
Although now my drug dealer's dead, so I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to find a new. I thought I had a
F.
new plug, but it only lasted about fucking 35 minutes or so.
What?
Okay.
R.I.P. Yo.
Yeah, there it is. So, believe he's got max gold every level so far. Yeah. True. Yeah, should be at 240 total.
I should be at 240 total, or we should have
Everybody,
gotten 240.
each. Yeah. If you haven't spent anything, it should be 240.
Oh yeah, so I'm still saving for that.
Yeah.
Or I'll have to wait till I see Papa Umberto.
Yeah. I mean, easiest ways to trade it down is an uncommon. But it's definitely possible to buy in late tier 2. Let me double check something for you here. Yeah, anything you want to buy in town now would be not the worst idea. You're currently wearing chain, right?
Yes.
Yeah, next until you can afford plate, splint is the way to go. That's 17 AC.
How much is that?
200 gold. Requires a strength of 15.
That's also gonna get in the way.
Yep, plate does too.
I'm gonna have to hit the gym, dude.
Yep, otherwise, I mean, it just reduces your speed by 10 feet if you find being slow. Additionally, magic items exist. Mithril is out there somewhere, which would be your next best bet. Strength to wear it. Actually, you're not strong. You have chain shirt or chain.
I have chainmail.
Yeah, that's too heavy for you. Your speed.
What strength am I supposed to have?
13.
Yikes. Does that mean I'm slow anyways then?
Yeah, that is correct.
Definitely going splint mail then.
Might as well, right?
Might as well.
Yeah, heavier. Yeah, it's reduced by 10 feet. That's all. So, yeah, 20 feet move speed, and get splint on. That'll bring your AC up to 19 with a shield, barring any other effects you got going on. Anybody else gonna buy any armor or anything like that?
I was actually just going to ask about what kind of armor possibilities I have. Because I think right now I'm still in chainmail.
Yeah, splint is the next affordable option before plate.
Okay. How would splint change my numbers?
By 1.
And plate would change it by 2?
Yeah.
And if I'm buying it, do I just click and drag it?
Yeah. And then remove the gold from your lock sheet.
How much is the
so
splint mail?
200.
Okay.
Do I have a lot of options as sorcerer?
No. You can't wear anything as a sorcerer besides your fancy clothes and mage armor. which you're going to cast every morning, I'm assuming.
Yes, but also bold of you to assume my clothes are fancy.
Well, I mean, whatever you feel like is fancy. Okay. So, check.
Did we split the gold?
Yeah, that is after the split. 240 each after the split. Effectively, in AL, you can now gather up to a certain limit each level, and so I just giving you max out of all these payouts.
Wait,
So you got 80 at
240
first
gold
level,
is-
80 second level, and you just made a deal with the last of the gold, and it could take your level out of that.
Ignore that.
Yeah, even if you buy Splint at level at level 10, you could buy plate. Healer's kits
Chainmail's not heavy armor, right?
Chainmail is. Chain shirt is not. Chainmail is.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm only wearing this shit until 5th level, and then I gotta dump it all for a chain shirt.
Or mithril
if I
plate.
want to fly.
Oh, mithril
Can't
half
fly
plate
with
still.
mithril. No.
Yeah.
Is it heavy armor?
Medium.
There we go. Mithril half plate. Sounds like I finally got something to use for Umberto's set of mithril half plate.
Yeah, that works.
Papa
okay.
Umberto.
So healer's kits are a good idea. Healing potions also a good idea. Any weapons or things you buy.
How much are healing potions?
50 gold a piece.
Oh shit! I'm gonna buy like 3 of those.
Also, it's a new chapter, so take your 1 free healing potion and mark inspiration on your sheet.
Where do we mark inspiration on this?
Actually, sorry, I take that back. It's not. It's a new header, not section. It should be. It's on the front. It's right.
I got it. You pops a little ampersand in there.
Yeah, there you go. So actually, yeah, if you haven't spent it yet, this bit, then plug it in. Sorry, it's just a new header. It's not a new chapter yet. But if you're all ready to head out, let's take you all to the little lantern.
Does anybody else need anything?
I am just going to add 2 healing potions to my things.
Yes. Do you have a brazier, Mr. Calvin?
Fucking what?
Fireplace, a hearth, a worshipping bowl of fire.
Yes. No, I do not.
Those 2 different answers.
I do not have a brazier.
I thought it was pronounced brazier.
I've been pronouncing it wrong my whole life.
It's brazier.
Like
It's
free
braziers with fire. Brazier is for
You'd have a
titties.
fire pit in your garden.
Do you mind if I light a fire in your garden? No, that sound. Do you mind if I?
Just makes complete eye contact. just the 2 of you. Can I light a fire in your
Do you
garden?
mind if I start
I
a
don't.
flame?
I don't speak Orcish. What does that mean? I don't think that's
Hey,
translating to common.
I need to burn something in a field.
Yes, you can burn whatever you need to burn.
Thank you.
All right, what is Brass doing as you run outside?
Brass
What are you
runs
going to
outside
do?
with some timber, some matches, and the permission of the house owner. So no responsibility on him if anything burns down.
No, there's definitely if you go when you get to the garden, there is a gardener there, and they're just putting the finishing touches on like a red glass and like fake fire display inside the brazier because nobody goes outside in this time of year. So they put like a display of like some cacti in the center of it. It's really fancy.
I gently remove the cacti from the brazier.
They just stare daggers at you, but you have full permission. This is your brazier now.
All right. I throw the tinder in there. I light it up, and I begin chanting, and using charcoal and incense as herbs, create a mystical, swirling smoke and flame. It rises high in the sky, and then comes back down with a shattering crash, and popping out from the fire is the most dorkiest, stupidest looking little owl ever. Because Brad just goes, shit.
The groundskeeper looks pretty happy at your disappointment.
Which then flits over to Brad's shoulder and settles there.
What's its name, Orc?
Braz immediately turns around. It's test subject 1. Not a complete success.
Test subject 1.
It
I
deserves
turn
a
and
better
look at
name.
the owl. I'm like, test subject 1? How do you feel about that?
It pokes Braz in the ear.
Man, out of all the fun in the world, and you had to walk into Braz's. You're fucking bummed. All right. I hope you like books. So,
Expecting something
Nobody
bigger.
likes books.
So Mortlock is not gonna want to go anywhere. If he's fine with you, he'll stay here at your place, Calvin, hiding out for the moment. He tells you what he knows. It's currently the next day. This is, by this time, Amric should be at the Low Lantern. He's there all day and most of the night. He should be on the lounge deck. It's a fine place.
do you think he's like, can we negotiate with him, or are we gonna have to like kidnap him at some point?
You're gonna have to kidnap him at some point. This is optional. It's good collateral. In case you get into a pinch with the Lamra.
Can
He's
you help
not-
us?
Huh?
Can you help us?
No, I cannot.
Oh,
See me
but I
coming a
thought
mile.
we were squad, bro.
I have told you so much at this point. We are.
Maloom, how do you feel about that? Push to talk with a kiggy on your lap, would
I
you?
know.
Huh? Thanks.
I was trying to. Yes. Well,
Your boyfriend's about to leave, dude. Are you gonna let him do that?
I don't even know what to say. I mean,
He'll stay here at the villa for the time being. He's not going to go out with you right now.
Yeah,
Do you
like
think-
you just put me on the spot. Like I'm so embarrassed right now. Like I feel like you're my big brother and you just totally put me out to blast like that. You know, I'm just like, what? Yeah, no, me? No, like no, no, what? Hi.
So, all right. So, well, I mean, I wouldn't think it would be a good idea if you to come with us to kidnap your brother. I assume since you're willing to offer information for us to kidnap him, you guys aren't on like great terms.
He's a prick.
Yeah, brothers suck.
Great
I don't
day.
have
Yeah.
one, but they suck.
I
I've
do,
heard.
and they
Yes.
do.
Okay. So, I mean, what other suggestions do you have? I mean, what abilities does your brother have? He's not mighty like you. So does he cast spells? Does he divine magic, arcane magic? Does he have bodyguards?
I do not know what gifts my mother has bestowed upon him. He's always fast, very fast in a fight. Good with a knife, good with poisons.
Ah,
He's smart. He wouldn't be without a bodyguard or two.
okay. What does he like to do? What are his vices? Do you know?
Loves to drink, loves to gamble, loves to give loans and collect on them mercilessly. Really loves money.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Let's see. And so I'm a little confused here at like I need to check my quest log right now. So where are we at exactly now? We've got the information about the 3. Were we supposed to report back to anybody?
You could report to Zodge. You haven't said you've done that yet. As far as Zodge is concerned, he sent you out on this mission. It's been a day. Yes, you've not checked in yet. So your orders were
Okay.
to investigate the Dead 3 cultists, find the route, put a stop to it.
And Zodge, what faction is he with? Or she?
Captain Zodge, the man, and he is the
Flaming
commander,
Fist.
the current, Flaming Fist.
Okay, so he doesn't have anything to do, and this guy's mom, why would we be going to see her?
She's paying the Dead 3 cultists to kill people in broad daylight.
I see.
And you also learned the bombshells that you learned of Thalamra's ambitions to become the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate. You learned that as far as Morlock is concerned, that if she gets her way, Morlock is convinced that Baldur's Gate will bear the same fate as Eltergard.
Who thinks that?
Mortlock.
I see. Okay, so, I mean, does Mortlock think it's a better idea to go negotiate directly with Mom, or does he think reporting to Zodge would be a better idea?
Well, giving an update on where,
I mean, what do we have, and guys, pop in here at any time. What do we have, like, to gain by going and negotiating with this lady? Like, you know, like, what is she gonna say? I don't understand what even negotiating with her, unless we go and we talk to Zodge and that's what he wants us to do or something. I don't.
He wanted us to get to the bottom of like why the Dead 3 are hanging out and doing nasty shit.
And I mean, at
if
this
she's
point,
paying
you've
them.
now stumbled upon a secondary mystery in what does Thalamra know about Eltergard, and why does Morlock believe this is going to happen to Baldur's Gate?
Yeah,
You
I mean,
also learned that she was instrumental in putting the leader of the Flaming Fist in the same place at the same time as the state disappearing. Additionally, if you go in and find out, that's you're currently, you know, low-ranking members of the Flaming Fist, just following orders. Someone like Zodge, if they were to, you know, go storm the villa, they wouldn't get very far because that's not their jurisdiction. That's the Watch's territory. Now, if you weren't acting officially and were just following up on a lead rather than raiding a patriarch's villa, things could look a little different.
Okay, so the order of operations is probably to go and check out this lady first, then go see Zodge.
Yeah, you think so. Or he'd probably tell you much the same. The reason Morlock thinks that it might be a good idea to go see Amric first would be to get collateral, because if you get in a bad way or pinned or caught, there's absolutely nothing stopping Thalamra from just erasing you from the face of the planet and all of your families and their family's family.
Except the only child she likes.
Because she has more horsepower than us. Like, we won't be able to take her out
She's
one-on-one.
one of the dukes, the 4 remaining dukes of Baldur's Gate.
Oh, so like we can't even storm the villa. Like, maybe knock some guards out or whatever, but like,
Yeah,
we can't
I'm
be
not going
rushed.
through the front door.
Okay.
So he thinks it's wise to get some collateral. It's not, you don't need to. You can go straight there if you'd like. Just go check out the villa itself. Get a lay of the land.
I'd like to get collateral, please.
Now, we're deputized as Flaming Fist guys, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, is it out of our jurisdiction to go and kidnap this guy off the porch on official Flaming Fist business?
Oh yeah, but you're the Flaming Fist.
did we ever find out what was in the vials?
Drink it.
Does your wizard know identify?
You should not drink random viscous fluids.
It's the only way to do science.
Said just kidding.
Wizard,
So-
do you know identify?
I do not know that spell, if
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what you're
spell.
referring to, but I could attempt to identify it.
Yeah, just give me a Arcana check on this. Anybody's proficient.
What check?
I need to check if I'm
Arcana.
Sick. Just kidding, I'm not proficient. Thought I was.
I am not proficient, but I'll try.
Yeah, those are 2 grade 8 potions of fire breath.
Oh, so the dragons can feel like dragons.
Hey, nat 20. But that's not necessary.
Yeah, you drink them, and for a short time after, you can breathe fire a couple of times.
It will cause a
That's cool.
An embroiling gastrointestinal reaction inside you that will spout flames
It'll make
from
you
your
fight
mouth for a
fire.
short time.
Don't listen to him. I'm the smart one.
That's cool.
Right?
Yes, so I think this is where the moralistic campaign is supposed to kick in. I mean, it is all of you, but yes, you now, in working for the Flaming Fist, stumbled upon a greater plot thread. So no, going and kidnapping a noble in broad daylight would not be technically illegal. The Watch would probably hunt you down, but you're also the law. You're in Lower City. You're the Flaming Fist. The upper Lower City barrier is what separates you from the Watch. So everything south of those gates is yours. Everything north is the Watch. So sure, you're not supposed to be doing that, but by the time somebody finds out and goes to get you, yeah, you know.
This dude's hanging out in the south.
He is. The
Oh, yeah, the
lantern is
choice.
in Lower City.
It's hard
Good
out there
choice.
on the streets, dude. It's hard out there on the streets, dude.
Mhm.
You don't choose the life chooses you, dude.
Also, I mean, you don't have to kill them, and you know, people, if it doesn't involve them directly, are not going to really talk a whole lot.
I'll just have to give him a little non-lethal from my spiritual weapon.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so you want to go visit Emmerich first?
So yeah, that's what we want to do, but let's talk plan here, guys. This is where I tend to, I'm good at talking shit, but I am not the best plan formulator, both my character nor in real life.
We never expected you to be really. Hey.
Wow.
Okay, so on this screen, you can actually just
Wow.
add text, and you know, on this blank piece over here, put stuff you want to.
I can't see you on camera. I don't know if you're projecting yourself, but if you were, I would hope that you'd be shameful right now talking to me like that.
I've never once in my life felt shame.
So what do you guys think? I mean, should we go for like seduction? So should we? I mean, if this guy's a patriarch son and he likes to slum it, then chances are good that he's heard of our supposed monster orgy. So maybe you could say that like we could try to lure him and say that like I needed to get a loan to pay off all the hookers that were there.
Hookers
Or-
and blow. The best
yeah,
excuse
all the-
for anything.
all the hookers and blow, and I needed to pay off the drug dealer, and I need money, and I wanted to talk to him, like that way we could separate him from there. I mean, that's one idea. We could go the normal patented seduction route.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd believe you with that. I feel like he would definitely bring whatever bodyguards.
For sure. Let him
He's
bring
gonna
whoever the
have
fuck he's with, but yeah, no matter we're not getting him separate from the bodyguards. So I
Oh,
think
I
we should just
At the same time, rich people who are slumming it trust nothing more than other rich people who are slumming it. So
because I'm telling you right now that if we walk in that place and we wreck him, it's possible to just walk in there and snatch his bitch ass up and knock his bodyguards the fuck out, but it's going to be expensive because we're going to have to pay everybody off at the bar. Probably, I would say that's 100 gold pieces.
Who's
I mean,
to say
maybe
he's
he-
not the one who has
maybe
to pay
he's-
for all these
maybe-
damages that he caused
maybe-
by being a douche.
No, it's not about damages. It's about witnesses. Like,
can we lure
like,
him out with something?
That's what I'm thinking with the whole like we need to talk about alone but not in public. because I'm shamed. Like that's what I'm saying. We could work my background feature and like, you know, say that, like I said, this would definitely be something that would have spread through the city, like Danny said. I just brought major shame upon my house, so we might as well fucking take advantage of it. I don't know. That's my thought. Or like I said, my two thoughts are that or the seduction route. What do you think, Cook? Usually you got pretty good fucking plans.
It's true.
I like the we need a loan to pay off the hookers and blow. I like that one. We can, because you're noble, he's a noble. We can be like, yeah, I can't get any of my personal guard involved. I can't get my family involved. Can we meet someplace quiet?
Okay, so where do we want to
hang back and we can like jump them?
Do we want to get like an Airbnb right by there?
I mean, or we could even, we could hypothetically not even send you and have other people go for you because you wouldn't be seen.
Exactly.
There.
No,
you could
there's
be
no
like
way.
a real shady ass cloak, and then you're like, it's me, a rich person. Surprise.
Or we could like, do you think what if we put him in a wagon and had him come meet me somewhere like off-site, and then we just jumped him in the wagon, skeletons in the fucking whole nine.
Not a bad idea, but Amric has an office of sorts in the Low Lantern. You'd be hard-pressed to get him to leave it.
Even for a really, really good loan?
Fire's always a good way to get people out of buildings.
That is a great point. Fire. Can't be in his office if there isn't an office.
Yikes. That just took this from level fucking 1 to like level 9.
Arson!
I'm sorry, I thought we were crooked cops. I was trying to think out of the box. I'm sorry.
Cook. I like that. We'll smoke them out. What do you think about that, big guy?
I think that lighting a boat on fire is going to be very difficult.
Oh, this is a boat?
Have you really never been to Low Lantern before?
No, I'm sober.
Never.
Look at me, dude. I brushed my fucking shoulder off onto him.
He
I'm not
kind
even
of
sure where I
grumbles
am
to
now.
himself. Well, she's an aging vessel, permanently docked on the east side of the harbor, far past the point of being useful, but it was converted into a tavern and gambling house. It's open all day and all night.
Oh man, that's even better, dude. We'll just sink it. Just sink it.
Could we swim underneath it, like put a hole in it?
And then like cut it off and it just goes, aww.
And then the chaos grab them.
Yeah.
So you guys are talking
We're
like
saving people, and we grab him and then we're like, bye.
Or we could ram it with another ship.
Don't we still have that ship?
You have the Uncivil Serpent.
Why don't we just smash it with the other ship? That's how ships work. You smash each other with the ship.
level 9
can't
to
leave the
level
dock.
17. It's just getting worse and worse.
I'm just staring at Mortlock the whole time.
Jesus
Just
fuck.
trying to get
I
it.
mean, you also very much remember the bar scene that you fought in before. You paid the bystanders to do anything or to care at all. If you were to pay off some of the people in there to look the other way or not care, or just don't engage the other people there, you don't think he was really in a bad night. You're just taking him where he is.
So if we spread some, like I was saying, if we spread some money around, we'd be good to go.
You think so? But definitely also the captain would be the one to pay off. Mortlock says.
Okay.
Once we have him, where are we putting
Okay.
him?
At the crib.
Okay.
We'll have Murloc get a fucking special restraint and shit ready for him while we're
That
gone.
means we
Right,
do have to somehow get through the gates with him possibly incapacitated.
Yeah.
You know that Flaming Fist token gets you through the gates, no problem.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, then...
So we get a wagon. All right, so let's talk this out. We got a wagon. We got horses. That'll fit everybody in there. Without getting any higher level, my thoughts are that Maloom and the skeletons stay behind in the wagon, like reinforcement firepower. Who's gonna go in and fucking talk to this guy? Should I go in as another patriarch that's slumming it and has a reputation for being a piece of shit?
Who has
Yeah.
charisma?
Yeah, Sherman's
and-
got a little bit of intimidation, but I would guess that Maloom's probably our best talker.
I would say you go in there, and then I can just kind of go in like as your purchase.
What's the range
for
on the
the day.
skeletons, Danny?
Shouting distance.
So she can't like mentally summon them once she's inside,
Nope.
and they only listen to her, right?
That is correct.
See, that's the thing. That's what was I thinking about Maloom staying behind. That way, if we need to, she could come in with the fucking skeleton.
Will they listen to one of us if it's a command that Maloom's giving us to give them?
What if I use
No.
thaumaturgy and make like a big loud whistling sound
really-
when it's time for me to call them in?
Yeah, I can do that.
I like that.
That's
I like
that's it.
But again, remember, they're going to go past least resistance, and they go running towards the symbol. They are not intelligent. But yes, that could work.
Okay.
that. All right. So is Maloom our best talker? Who else has a good charisma?
I don't think I do. Oh wait, shit! I have +3 charisma.
I have a 13.
I have a -1 modifier.
I have a 15.
I have 16.
All right. So
Yeah, I have 17.
you have a 16 charisma, Vane?
Yes, but Maloom has higher and also is smarter.
I think we send Vane, Maloom, and Shermdog in.
So
Or
I
do you
will
guys want
say,
me-
if all else fails, I have a decent intimidation roll.
Well, that's
So
so you're
And I have
proficient in
good perception.
intimidation?
I am.
Okay.
Weirdly
So
enough,
what
I'm
do you-
not seeing a skill for persuasion or anything.
What do we think for that 3 crew, and then me and Braz stay back? Me, Braz, and test project number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's also kind of appropriate because in that case, if we feel like we need backup, like it's not weird that person who needs the money is not in here because they wouldn't set foot in here because it's for poor people.
Okay, we're gonna send in test project
like,
number 1
Arguing that? Yeah.
on Maloom's shoulder as like our fucking camera.
All right.
Wait, what? What was that last part?
So test project number 1 he can see through the eyes of it.
We
So
could
we're
just
gonna
shorten it down to test.
I say we call him TP1.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
All right, TP, go over there. There.
Well, I mean, I think this is going to be a joke, bro, because you know how many times this thing's going to get smoked. So we'll see by the end of this book what test project we're up to. Hopefully,
Better
you
hope
get
not.
your
That boy's
familiar
spendy.
situation figured
Tangled
out.
pop.
Test project 56.
I hope we keep it
Okay.
at 1, otherwise I will cry.
All right, so we send in TP1 as our spy camera.
All right, you send in your
Maloom's
10
shoulder.
gold piece spy camera.
He's fine. He can't die.
Oh, he's super
Well,
down.
technically he dies, but he comes back.
Yeah,
So that way we all know what's
10
going
gold
on
later.
in case we have to come in with the reinforcements.
Yeah.
We've got the thaumaturgy signal that she's gonna drop outside. Like she can like drop it like at range, right? Like outside the place.
Here, I'm gonna show the map here real quick. And you can plan a little bit more on the location.
We paid for them. Roll20,
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
just load my page.
They loaded our money into their fucking account. No problem.
Okay, there we go. Now, okay, you can all see now, right?
Yep.
Yep. So there's the boat.
Yep.
Pretty big boat. What's our approach?
Wait, what? Who shot who in the what now?
What time of day are you heading out there? Day, night?
Well, he likes to drink and gamble, right?
Yeah, well, he likes to do business. Yeah, those are his vices, but it's a work day.
Okay, so we head out there in, the fucking,
I was gonna say like early evening, maybe late afternoon area time.
Then I'll make sure that I put on something that like you would go to like a casino in.
Vane is
Yeah, we
dressed
had it-
comfortably.
let's head in there mid-afternoon. I think that somebody should go in first, single, and locate the captain. And I think actually, I'd send the whole 3-man squad in there mid-afternoon, early afternoon. Let's locate the captain. Let's get that bribe fucking sorted, and then come back out and get us, and we'll come in and fucking handle this dude up.
Okay. So heading down there in the daytime first.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Mr. Morales, does the
Yep.
group concede to this? Does that sound like a good idea? Does anybody have any modifications of this idea?
I think it's a good starting plan, but we're gonna play it by ear anyway.
Well, I mean,
Right.
you know what's gonna happen, dude. Everyone's got a plan till the fucking bullets start flying. But I think I think there's no reason getting more specific. But that sounds like it's like a start. Like at least that's what we're hoping happens.
Is there a place I can park my peacock?
There is absolutely a place you can leave it unattended. But there's
No
not.
way,
I'm gonna put it with the
The pe-
carriage.
Yeah, he puts it with our wagon, dude. The fucking the 30
so are you-
mobile.
I mean, you're pulling the wagon. Unless you're paying for hirelings anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm driving the wagon, dude.
No, I'm pulling.
What do you mean pulling?
There's no animals. There's no beast of burden in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, there's no fucking horses?
No fucking horses. Nothing bigger
What?
than a peacock.
This is why Sherman is riding a peacock, and he will not go on the carriage because he doesn't like
How
to
many
work.
how many peacocks does it take to pull the carriage?
How big are the peacocks?
More than you can afford.
I have
Oh,
one
like a-
peacock for my little
like
body.
I can
like I
pull
need
it.
I get hirelings from my fucking from my noble house.
Oh yeah. The background.
Yeah.
No, you got that replaced. That's the night. That's the night feature.
What did I do?
You took the actual Baldur's Gate Patriarch feature.
Oh, that's
Which-
right.
Gives you different things. So yeah, that's a variant of the. It's a night variant of the noble.
Well, we
background.
get 2 hirelings. What does that cost?
4 silver pieces. So there's
Cool.
two thugs to pull it. And you can
Yep.
keep the peacock with them. There's a couple of mooks.
We're gonna get 4 mooks actually.
Yeah, they are 2 copper pieces apiece, or 2 silver,
silver
pieces per
pieces.
day.
Cool.
Okay, so getting 4, yeah. So you have them pull. You can leave the peacock with them. So looking out, it's even though it's midday, it's still foggy. The fog is obscuring the yellow lantern until you get within 100 feet of it, whereupon its tall masts and creaking bulk come into view. The converted ship has rigging but no sails and is anchored to the wharf by thick chains. A wooden staircase climbs from the wharf's edge to the main deck. A lantern at the bow casts an eerie, you think would cast some sort of light, but is currently unlit. You hear some rustling, like some various talking below decks. As you approach, about 50 feet away, and as you're kind of turning the buildings nearby, you hear whimpering, and a kind of gruff voice talking. And an alley nearby. Would you like to investigate that, or just head to the bar?
This
It's-
is
I
the
think-
group of us, right? Like
Yeah.
there's 3 of us.
This is the day trip to talk to the captain.
I don't think it would hurt to go like check in on that alley, right? What do y'all think?
No, let's definitely check in on it.
Yeah, let's just try to see what are all of our options and make sure that no one comes up behind us.
Yeah.
Hello, alley people.
Yeah, as you kind of round, the whimpering kind of gets a little more clear. Roll me a perception check.
Can I send TP down the alleyway?
Sure. She is still an advantage, Josh.
Oh,
If you want to
fuck this
send
guy.
Raz, you want to send the owl first before you get in line of sight?
Yes.
Okay, so you gotta pause for a second. You hear you hear two distinct voices. A gruff, deep voice, and then the second voice, also male but kind of whining. And you kind of Raz, you kind of switch to owl vision. The owl kind of peeks around the corner, and you can all kind of hear a little bit. Just please, I can pay. I can pay. I just need a little more time, just a little. And you all kind of see Braz wince a little bit as there is, I don't know, like somebody smashed a chicken between a carriage and another carriage. Just bones and meat noises. Braz, you see a very determined-looking Duergar. Is just if there's a man on its back with his leg in the air, the Duergar's got a great hold of it, and the Duergar is facing away, and then he kind of just grabs the leg and spins, and is now leaning down face to face with the man, with the foot facing the opposite direction it should.
Braz audibly does, ooh, that hurt. That hurt.
And then you were all assailed by various screaming and expletives.
We should get in there. We should get in there and do something if we feel I don't feel good about just leaving him here. I'm gonna go in there.
So as you're around the corner, the Duergar kind of hears your footsteps and turns around to face you, and there's a couple more snaps and pops as he has not let go of the leg yet, and more screaming from the man on the ground.
Nice.
Sweet, let go of that leg. Stop it.
He kind of grins darkly, as you wish. He just lets it like noodle down to the ground, and like the ankle kind of bounces a little bit.
Oh,
That is not ideal.
you're under arrest.
Oh boy.
Assault and battery. What's that word for taking money? Not theft.
Extortion.
Extortion.
There you go.
Extortion. No. It's a lawful debt.
You have a permit
You
for
owe
that?
somebody fair and square. I'm just a
none of
contract.
this really
Grim
seems
boots the
fair
name.
here.
And he's cross-eyed, definitely a little drunk, and definitely just he's kind of puts his hands up. She's not threatening in any way. You're not taking me in. No, not for this. Now, listen here. Owes someone important a debt. He hasn't paid it yet, and he's got one good leg. For now. Isn't that right? And he kind of leans towards the man on the ground, who just stops screaming enough to whimper. Just, yes. And is nodding. See? No disagreement here.
I mean, I guess if he says so.
Do you have a signed writ? Any legal binding contract?
Sure do, officer. And he produces a very shiny copper piece.
Who does he owe his debt to?
That's none of your business.
Stare at him.
Does he have any reinforcements?
Nope.
What's your name?
Grimboot. Best leg breaker in all of Baldur's Gate.
I'm sure with a name like that, you've earned it.
I mean, I feel like
Grim
we
boot.
seen that.
We need help securing Amric.
Oh,
Are we gonna take another bribe?
you
I'm
want
not
to
sure I'm comfortable with this
business,
time.
do ya? And I know. I would never betray my man Amric. As he stomps on the man's knee, who immediately just passes out from the pain. Oh, there we go. Now we can talk. Yeah, what's up? What's up with that prick?
Yeah, no, we need to get an audience with him.
Well, it's very easy. Just tell the captain you're looking for a loan. Just take it right down to him. Good office in the lounge deck.
Where can we find the captain?
Tavern, most like.
And what's
Two
your role
wonders.
here?
I get paid to break legs.
Does Amric pay you?
Now and again. Doesn't tip well.
Is he your friend?
The Durgar lets out a wheeze that you may mistake for a laugh. No,
I assume your friendship is to the highest bidder.
that is the truth.
Yeah, I can see it in your face.
If I had a little proposition for you, do you think you could assist us with something?
Oh, what's that now?
So if we were going to need to escort somebody out of this ship in a rapid fashion, could you help us to make sure that everybody just kind of minded their own business?
Oh yeah. Just put someone's legs in a pretzel. No one wants to look at that.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if someone's legs has to get broken, that's fine.
Yeah. Not Amric's though, right?
No.
Good. Yeah, I'll find someone. I can make a distraction.
Why, are you scared to break Amric's leg?
No, it just costs extra.
I see. So what's this little endeavor cost us? And full disclosure, it's going to be Amric we're dragging out of here.
Patriarch is a business associate. Let's say 5 gold.
We'll give
Coda
you 10.
just There you go. Coda, I was already handing him the 5, and then Maloom looks over at you like, what?
Good. And he kind of grins a little bit, like he may have held something back a little bit. Yes, 10. Yeah, you got me in your pocket.
What are you holding back?
Oh, like he was probably gonna try and wheedle for more anyway. But he seems more than satisfied with 10.
Yeah, we want to make sure that he's taken care of. That's the way you do things around here.
Yes.
So, all right. So, I need you to take Maloom and Vane and Sherman Maloom and Vane to go and see the captain, so that we can make sure that everybody else kind of turns a blind eye. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I can probably have her. Well, maybe she is. Oh yeah, let's go see her.
All right. So I take my leave with PT, and we go back to the wagon. Or no, I don't take my leave with TP. I leave TP with them, and I go back to the wagon, and we kind of pull off, and we'll be able to. You guys signal to TP when we need to pull back up and pick you up.
Okay.
We're gonna be right down the street. Like, I don't think. Does it arouse suspicion if our wagon's waiting out front of this place, or since it's a tavern, is it kind of normal?
It's kind of normal. It's a tavern.
All right, so we just pull up and stay in the wagon then. And no, that's right. So they'll come back down, jump in the wagon, then we'll all pull off and we'll come later. That was the plan, right, guys?
I think so, because why are we talking to the captain independently?
So you're talking to the captain independently because we're trying to make sure that everything's set up.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, we can build up that agreement and then be like, okay, we're gonna go check with our guy. One of us can come down.
Gotcha.
And then at that point, we know that we're ready to like grab him and go.
I think so. Good call.
Okay.
Execute.
Okay.
What do you want me to say exactly?
That I think we need to go honesty's best policy. Just be like, dude, we fucking have to negotiate with fucking homegirl. We're afraid of her. and we need her fucking son as collateral.
Okay.
Like, this dude should be able to understand that. He knows we'll get fucking smoked. I'm assuming this bitch is like over 10th level, probably, like meta terms, and so I'm thinking that we're probably well aware of the fact that she would wax us. Correct, Danny?
Who?
This dude's mom.
Mother.
Oh yeah, she's very strong, if not physically, very connected.
What was her name again?
Thalamra.
So she might not. So she might actually be weak statted, but her connections make her extremely powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Okay.
So heading inside, Grimbit will take Fane, Sherman, and Maloom, you say?
Yeah.
And then the owl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right.
So Grimboot takes some of you down to the first level. The main deck, as you're kind of approaching, you see that the main deck has old chip wooden features and steps for an aft castle, and instead descending. That's where Grimboot tells you the tavern is. There's a padlocked wooden hatch fitted with windows that acts as a skylight for the decks below. The tavern proper is visible through the hatch's glass panes. You see about a half dozen dead seagulls line the deck as two ravens squawk at you from the crow's nest, a 40-foot climb of the ship's rigging. You can see that the ones to the southern side of the ship are just kind of scattered. There is kind of like a half table set up, and you see that some of the corpses have been placed to look like one of them sitting down at the table and the other one's like passed out on the table. The bodies of the seagulls have been kind of arranged.
Cool. It's normal.
Okay.
Normal things.
Very. But heading down, some of you can see inside that tavern. That would be the tavern deck. As you get to see that, L5, yeah. The busiest, kind of busier. I'd say half the people that are actually on the screen now are probably here. But you are immediately spotted and make eye contact with a human female. She says, "Well met. My name's Lerla Thundreth, but folks around here call me the Captain. If you're thirsting for a beverage or looking to gamble, you've come to the right place, but watch your step. Things can get pretty messy around here." Roll me an insight check.
All of us?
Yeah. She kind of like looks at you beaming. The smile seems very fake, and this kind of speech probably extremely rehearsed. You see a little tiny scuttling crab crawl out of her hair and onto her shoulder, and kind of begin to eye you up and down as well. It's kind of like a little kind recognized kind between the owl and the crab.
I look at her and I'm like, I can see that this place is a bit dreary, Miss Captain. Do you mind if maybe I play a little bit for you?
Not at all, not at all.
Yeah, I figured maybe we can bring a little bit more cheeriness, I guess, to such a could be lovely establishment.
But is there any other reasons you've come? Grimboot kind of like nods at her and Lerla, maybe we should talk in your office.
I got a 23 on my performance, so I wanted to make sure that whatever I played, is it good enough for her that maybe she is going to at least have some interest in wanting to talk to us?
Oh yeah, definitely. She's impressed with your chops. Again, maybe like half the room is looking, the other half is still plastered from the previous night. This is the still, it's just a daytime crowd still. It's not quite nighttime yet. But those that can hear are interested. Well, if you stick around like that, you may catch some coin later. But first.
Yes,
I'm assuming
thank you,
there's
my
a reason
lady.
you came here in the daylight hours, and that wasn't just to play music.
No, as my associate, and you know him well apparently, said here that a more private area would probably be best for this conversation.
Yes. You see the bartender is a Kenku who kind of cocks an eye at her and nods as she unlocks the door to a chamber in the back of the tavern and leads you into a looks like probably personal quarters. And gives you a seat. There's a cabin full of mismatched wooden furniture. There's a bed with posts resembling mermaids, a nightstand, wardrobe, a writing desk, and a small dining table at which she gestures for you to have a seat. Yes. Well, Grimboot is an old friend indeed, yes. She kind of chuckles at the word friend. Associate, maybe better.
Yes, it seems like you guys like to laugh at friendship. Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. I need to have an audience with Philamera? Is there any way that you can help us get this audience with her and not have any problems? I mean, we obviously are not powerful enough to do anything stupid. But, I'd like to be able to talk to her or even her son.
Well, speaking with Thalamra might be a little more difficult, yes. She is, I'm sure, a busy woman. Amric is just downstairs. You can feel free to walk down there yourself if you just want words.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have some words with him. It's like I said, we're not trying to do anything funny. But if something should happen, what would you, from girl to girl, what exactly could you do to maybe help just kind of keep hush hush before I do get to her? If something does happen with her son. I mean, of course, like I said, your ship, the last thing I would want to do is have anything happen here. I respect you as another female, especially in your position. I could only hope that I would have the sort of leadership you carry.
Around here, yes. We usually have some sort of going rate. The haven't heard of him, he just left, all that. The excuses, right. In case people come ask. Say 10 gold to buy you a 10-day.
Okay, and
Sorry, Amric. No. Could buy you a day.
Okay, then how about 40 gold pieces? Will that buy me at least of some extra days on top of that?
As much as I'd like to take it, I can't say that it might work. After a day or two, someone's going to come here in person, and I can't physically hold them off. Someone asks me, I'll tell them he's just left or was just here, but...
I'm sure Grimboot would be able to take care of any sort of cast-off that tried to do anything silly.
Listen, if the watch comes knocking, I'm not going to cover for you. But they shouldn't come for at least a day or two.
Okay, fair enough. So I'll go ahead and do 20 gold pieces just out of respect.
Right, yes. This should cover anything you damage on the way out as well.
Exactly.
Good. I'll have some words with my bouncers. You shouldn't have any issues getting out of here.
Okay, fantastic.
Cannot speak for Amric and his bodyguards, though.
Okay, I do have a few of my friends that are outside that I just didn't want to make it like a big deal, like there was no reason for them to be a part of this. So I'm going to go grab them to get the gold because they're the ones holding the gold also. And I will be right back in and we will go ahead and take care of the issue. And where exactly is this gentleman sitting at? You said
downstairs. The lounge deck.
And what is he wearing?
Can't miss him. Dressed like a grade A patriarch. Leathers, big fur coat. You really can't miss him.
Okay.
You were also given a pretty good description from Mortlock.
Oh, okay, fantastic. All right, so then I head down and I grab everybody else and bring them back in and let them know what's going on.
Sweet.
Okay, so is the plan not to wait until dark?
I want to know what Sherman was doing there, dude. If Sherman wasn't talking, he'd wandered off and got in trouble, dude.
I was standing there.
I can attest.
Muscle. I'm stout, but I'm a strong
Just like
boy.
flexing and looking tough.
Yeah, just standing there, just flexing. Like, we don't have a Vectos anymore to be like the poser. And
I'm
Sherman's
also
gonna do that to the best that he can.
I'm also kind of like quietly running up to Calvin, like kind of like under my breath, like squealing, like, you won't believe what I just did. Like, I'm shocked in like the poise that I had and like how I even talked to this captain and didn't lose my shit. Like, and I'm telling Calvin like how Coda was telling me what to say and it was amazing. And I was really proud of myself.
The tail talks to you.
We both turn the tail and I both kind of turn to look at you and the tail cocks to the side and I kind of just squint at you like, what? And I look over at Calvin and
I was talking to Test. I was talking to TP.
I don't think that makes it better.
You hear kind of like chittering and chuckling from the crow's nest, and hear talking to TP as the ravens seem to be mimicking you.
Is
All right.
Part parrot?
Yes.
All right, I accept this.
That's why he's Test Project 1. I don't know what the fuck this orc guy's doing, but he's like Dr. Moreauing it up over here, dude.
Oh no, the ravens are mimicking you.
Oh, I see.
So, Calvin, I see when we go in there, you kind of stand back and like go towards the bar and pay off our debt to the captain while we approach, and you and Braz kind of like keep an eye on what's going on and
You
stay
want us to
close enough
come
to
in?
listen. I think you should, because then at least if something happens, there's more bodies and that means more people to drag whatever we got to drag out of there.
What do you think, Braz?
At this point, from what I saw from the bird, it would make more sense for us to be in there anyways. We'd have to navigate through an entire ship to help them.
Can you manage to like not try to tell the first person you see cheat on dice that they're under arrest?
I'm sorry. I thought you were cops, and then I found out you were slightly morally flexible cops, and I'm a little confused where we stand. I'll just sit at the bar and read.
That might be just as non-conspicuous, or just as conspicuous, but let's go with it. Good. All right, so we'll come in the bar. We'll leave the skeletons because we can't take the skeletons into the bar, right? Even if they're well disguised, Danny.
Yeah, they're still smelling. They're still undead.
I mean, they can be our getaway drivers. Like, they can sit there. Well, I guess drivers.
Yeah. Yes. Can the
Pullers?
skeletons drive the wagon?
They can point the people pulling the wagon, can't they? And so we can be like, mush, and then they're like, meh.
I mean, they can sit in the driver's spots. They can't actually drive the wagon.
But they're gonna keep it from getting stolen, aren't they?
I mean, hopefully
Well,
also the
yeah.
hirelings are.
Well, the hirelings could also try to steal our wagon. We don't want
You
that.
already paid them. You think they're not going to go anywhere, else they wouldn't get work again. A wagon on the black market is not worth more than the next day's pay.
Okay.
All right. So we'll have the skeletons there, ready to go.
And their little cloaks.
Yep, in their whole little get-ups. And do we get the skeletons' armor?
No, we did not get them
I mean,
armor.
they have their natural armor scraps.
Oh, well, I gave one of them my old suited chainmail.
Oh, they're not proficient in armor.
What?
Bones.
They monsters.
Can we teach them?
Nope.
They don't have brains.
The same reason it pops out and you get armor straps and a bow and a sword, even though they're just literally skeletons. They come equipped with all their equipment.
Fair enough. All right. I'm just trying to, I like these guys, dude. I want them to stick around for a while.
Well, I mean, it's...
I mean, are you kidding me? I love
Tank
them.
is-
I mean,
Tank is
actually,
a
why
strong
not?
boy.
Yeah, whatever.
Tries
You
his
know,
best.
technically, I can't change my monster stat blocks, but certain things you couldn't. I'll allow it.
That sounds discretionary, dude.
Yeah, I'll allow it. It's just I want to make it really hurt when I kill these skeletons. You can get them all dressed up. You can name them.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
now I see what
don't
you're doing.
name 'em.
Okay.
No.
So
Oh, it's like naming your chickens, dude.
exactly. So you descend down to the tavern deck, fully crewed. Your getaway squad is outside. So I'm gonna transport you all in there real quick, as you kind of boop, just place in the center. That is the tavern deck. It is noisy. It is still. It's a little. I have a. Yeah, why not? You see a couple of drow, a halfling, kind of very heavily sunned human. The captain is at the bar herself with the Kenku. She recognizes some of you from before. She is actually right here. It's her there. And you would all know that the stairs here in the center lead down one more level, and that is where Amric is.
Okay, I take a deep breath and I head down there.
Okay, so who is staying on this deck? This is where Grimboot is too.
I'll go up. Or sorry, down.
Okay, so Maloom.
I'll stay on
Sherman.
this deck.
Okay. Celera will be actually, they're the short side of the deck, which is supposed to be. Fane heading down.
I'm gonna stay on this level.
Okay, so you can walk around here. There is a couple people. Yeah,
I'm
there's a
gonna
couple
send
sailors.
TP with Maloom.
Huh?
I'm gonna send TP with Maloom.
Okay, so there's the owl down there. Grimboot's up here. So there's another halfling up here. There's a couple humans. There's a pair of drow, like twins. And the three of you head down. As you head down, those of you can see a little bit more. That would be a couple more serious-looking sailors. You see that there is a very tired-looking, red-headed thug. Big dude. His hair is pulled back in a tight ponytail. He's kind of half resting on the bar, looks half awake. He's staring out towards the aft of the ship. You see a couple of people there, and at the very far end, through the smoke and haze, you see a man lounging. And as you all come down here, you see kind of like one of these tough-looking sailors sits up. You see two, like a booth, sit up from one side, looking very worried, and kind of rushes past you up the stairs, holding a kind of bag of gold close to his chest.
Stupid question.
Yeah.
But that's not Ninja right there, right? Just the same token.
I'm sorry, my whole thing disconnected. What was that? I see two guys worried and what? Can you
You see
repeat
one
that?
guy like kind of stand up from the far side of the room,
Mhm.
clutching a bag of gold, looking very worried, kind of rushing past you, kind of trying to hide what he's got.
Okay, I want to head over to the guy I'm supposed to be talking to.
Okay. So you're not seeing anybody matches the description. Immediately, you kind of head back further towards where that guy came from, the one who had the bag of gold, and you can see that there is a set of booths.
Okay, and as I'm doing that, I'm also kind of keeping count of how many people are down there and like how, like what's going
So you
on.
see one, two. There are four people. There are four kind of. There are like three sailors. One very heavily armored thuggish guy, the redhead, who doesn't seem like he matches the rest, and the Kenku bartender, who has not said anything yet.
Okay, and then while I'm walking through the room, can I differentiate which ones are probably his guards?
You think? Well, the one in armor is a little different. It doesn't look like a sailor. That's the one at the bar, kind of half asleep. The Kenku kind of nods at you and asks you if you like a drink in like a Kalashite accent. The other three look rough and tumble, but don't seem. They don't look related, but you know.
As really the Kinko asks me that, have I yet seen the gentleman that I'm looking for?
As you approach that far side, yes, kind of hidden behind that pole there.
Does he look upset? Does he look?
He looks very happy as he's kind of marking down a ledger and kind of putting some papers away as he looks up at you. So that is the band we're looking at.
Okay, I look over at the Kinku and I'm like, yeah, I'll have whatever he's having. And I walk towards him and I pull out one of my instruments.
Okay. He gets for you to have a seat across from him.
Where is he?
Hello. I so bold of me to assume you're here to see me. Who are you? Push to talk.
Cindy, push to talk.
Yep.
There it goes. Is that working now? Okay.
Mhm.
I pushed it like 3 times. So I look at him and and as I'm sitting down, I pull out my lute and I kind of start adjusting it, tuning it. And I look over at him with like very flirtatious eyes and I go, no, you look like a gentleman that was just as happy as the songs that I like to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here looks so dreary, and you just seem to brighten this corner up so much more.
Well, aren't you the sweetest? Would your associate like a seat as well?
I look over at Sherman, and I kind of wink over at Sherman. I go, I don't know. Do you really need to sit? And I kind of like play off like a role, like kind of snotty, like not normally the way I behave.
Yeah, Sherman's not gonna have that. He's gonna go seemingly get a drink, but sit next to that tired looking dude. I just don't know which bar that's there. Cast it over here.
Yep.
That's
That
where
wakes
that
him
guy
up.
is.
Kind of scrutinizing you a little bit.
So I look over at Amric and I'm like, help, right?
Right. Now, are you here about alone?
Yes, I am.
Don't be so down. I understand. It happens. A bad hand of cards, a bad look of business. Say the crowds aren't paying like they used to. Everyone needs a little bit to get by.
I look over at him and I lean forward and I go, have you ever heard of sex addiction?
Jesus Christ. Here we go, Cindy.
Wait. Addiction? No, not myself. But I could see how something like that could get you indebted.
Very much so. You know, I am a tiefling that knows a good time. Are you a gentleman that knows a good time?
Oh yes, I assure you, I am no stranger to those things infernal.
Yes. Well, so, you know, I guess that you can understand being such a beautiful creature as yourself. What exactly can you do for me? You know, being such a just lonely, sad, sex-addicted, crazed woman as me. What kind of loan can I get from you?
Well, I don't know you. What's
Would
your
you like to get to know
family
me?
name? Oh, not in that way. I assure you, I'm purely here for business at the moment. I could
Well,
offer you a loan of 50 gold. I
Yes.
could give you more with collateral, but I don't. I need to know more about you.
Please ask.
Well, you come in to my place of business with help. Strange.
Sherman's gonna
Like-
wave.
Strange.
Back there. Hi.
You are overly polite in a city like this. That'd get you gutted as soon as liked. Risky. All behaviors I'd assume from someone of who might be in a lot of debt or a lot of trouble. I run a money lending business. Is that what you're here for? Yeah, I think you're
Push the
muted.
talk, Cindy.
Sorry, guys. This phone is so annoying.
No, I feel you.
So I lean forward and I go, Emmerich, you are so smart. I couldn't get anything past you. You know, I have a major problem. And as I'm telling him this, how am I supposed to communicate Braz to TP? Do I just talk to him?
Oh yeah,
Using your hands like
it's
this.
all
in front of your
telepathic.
face.
You just talk to TP.
Oh. Telepathy.
So I kind of lean into TP. I go, unlike all these, and I say the number of how many people are in the room. I go, I have a major, major, major drug addiction problem. It's not sex. That's how I pay for my drugs, and business has just been really bad. And music isn't doing it anymore. And my help, Sherman, you can see. He doesn't reply to me because he doesn't respect me because I haven't been able to pay him his debt either of what is owed for him to make sure that I'm safe for all the gentlemen's callers that I go and visit. So Amric, I need to be able to still be independent. I don't come from a home. I'm not like that. So I need your help. And as I do that, I try to thaumaturgy a loud whistling sound, and I have the sound coming from the stairs loud enough to where Calvin upstairs would probably hear it as the signal to come down.
So that they would definitely notice you casting a spell because that's still a spell. You can't see the stairs up from where you're sitting. You are the farthest possible spot away from these stairs leading up as you currently can be.
Can I yell up the stairs?
I see everything.
Also,
I see and hear everything the bird does.
Braz. Basically, think of the owl as Braz on your shoulder. You can see and hear through the owl.
Okay. All right. So then I don't whistle. Then I don't do the whistling sound. Okay. So I just kind of am like leaning into the owl and kind of
just tug on your ear twice and call for the
check.
pitcher from the bullpen.
So yeah, I mean, I try to just as best as I can to like make it obvious that I'm explaining to everybody what's going on to try to get things into effect while Amaric's engaged in the conversation.
Yeah,
and not paying attention.
Check.
She just does the fucking the sign, dude, the double ear pull.
Mm-hmm. 17. Excellent. He kind of looks at you. I'm a fan of companions myself, as he kind of points at the owl. Curious specimen. Would you like to see my associate?
This was a gift from one of my gentlemen, and that calls me over once in a while, and I just couldn't bear to get part from it for money. What associates do you talk of? What kind of pets do you have?
You see a smallish purple creature clamber over the back of his chair and kind of perch behind him.
I think it is one of the most cutest things ever. I feel like it's very resembling of like a little demon.
Yeah. So he leans forward. Now, I'm a very powerful man. I can protect you in limited fashion.
right.
Of course. And as he's having this conversation, go ahead and roll for initiative. You're gonna.
So there's there's a devil in the room with him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's little, right?
Yes, it is I think it's small. Yeah, it's about like 2 feet, 2 feet tall.
Does
Well,
it
that was
speak infernal?
Yeah. Well, you
Can
assume
I
so.
talk to it?
You sure can.
I go, well, aren't you
Make sure
the
to click your
cutest little
tokens before
thing?
you.
I did, but I ignored it.
Weird. We'll have to fix that. So. All right. So I'm gonna add some of you guys in manually.
Yeah, I rolled and then I clicked my token and rolled and it didn't do shit.
I wonder if it's.
So I clicked my token and rolled, but also the token on the map is still showing the HP from my old sheet, which makes me wonder if it's connected to Old Boy, and
Probably
that's
is.
part of the reason why it won't do the initiative.
Boop. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
No,
that's
still.
Because I changed sheets too, but I didn't change. My token is still old sheet.
Yeah, just drag a new token. Just drag your name out. I don't know. It's still picking back to other Sherman. Represent Sherman. Oh, I see. What do they have to do? Copy of Sherman. Okay. So at turn, where are you? Fane. There you are.
There are 2 of them now.
At turn. So, Maloon, what'd you get?
A 7.
Who wants to go first between you and Josh?
Calvin,
I'm going.
you're going first.
Yep.
Can you remove one of my tokens? It's gonna get confusing.
Yeah. The Brad's, you also get a 7? Oh, you got a
I got
5.
6.
6. Okay. Sherman
6. I already put it in.
wants to go first between the 2 of you.
Why am I not in the room?
He should probably go first so that he can get down.
Okay. 6. And throw these in. All right. So, at this point, Emmerich is uncertain anything is happening. He's a little weirded out. Fane.
Hello, sorry. Are you talking to me?
Yes, you are acting currently. You've been given the signal that it's time to go down and begin to take care of business.
Down or up?
Down.
Okay. Is there anybody on this level that is being not nice?
No, there's Grimboot sitting there waiting.
All
He
right.
seems to be eyeballing a very drunk halfling who's lounging with his legs on the table next to him.
Nice legs.
All right. I guess I'll make my way over to my friends then.
Okay,
I'm not sure which way I'm heading.
So
Down.
5, so
Down a level, but like
20,
where are the stairs?
25.
Thank you for doing that.
That is your
Okay,
movement.
by the
You see
cellar.
Sherman. You see the ponytailed man. You see 3 other patrons. They definitely look like bouncers. More than you think. Since you spent more time upstairs, Fane, they look more like bouncers than like average sailors or thugs. So they probably aren't Amric's men.
Gotcha.
But except for the one on the ponytail doesn't look like the rest.
Gotcha.
Then at the
None
very
of them are
end,
looking like they're trying to.
Do you think the bouncers are paid off, Danny?
yes,
Do we think the bouncers are paid off?
yes, you do.
So we gotta fucking handle Dickie McDickerson and his devil. That's it, right?
And the redhead, you think probably.
And
I'm
I
already sitting
want
next
the
to him.
devil. I want to see if I could get the devil to be chill. So don't.
Ass
Me
blast
too.
the redhead, Fane.
So, but first things,
I will
yeah.
try.
So, yeah. What do you want to do? That's your movement, Fane. Do you want to keep me on the dash or fire up with the red
I mean,
the redhead?
I don't need to, because I don't gotta get all close and personal. I just got to blast them. Just blast. Shoot. Let's see what I got. We took a long rest, right?
Yes, you did.
Let's see.
So I marked the redhead with a pink little sticker.
Then wait, do I need to be touching the person for this? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna use an actual spell. Chaos Bowl.
Right at the
At the redhead,
redhead.
I assume.
All right.
If that is still correct.
Yeah.
Why isn't it populating?
You want to give it a sec?
I may have clicked it twice, so...
Did it bring up a second little mini prompt screen that asks you which level you cast it at, or if you use meta magic?
Nope.
Minimize your character sheet.
Oh! It's level 1 or 2.
Yeah, casting it at first or second level. I believe cast bolts upcast like another damage die. I'm not positive. I haven't cast that spell. Never.
What's the difference in terms of like how much I spend?
It should be on the spell description.
Sigh. This is
At higher levels, extra d6 damage.
Okay.
So instead of 2d8 plus 1d6, it'd be 2d8 plus 2d6.
But is it using up anything extra?
A second level spell slot.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go with level 1.
Alright, fire away. 12 to hit does indeed hit. So you can choose the damage type from one of the 2d8s. So you have a 6 and a 4. So you can pick which damage type, poison or thunder.
I'm gonna go with poison.
Alright, so this bolt seems to undulate between energy forms and between lightning, force, and thunder as it strikes this man in the back, turning a deep purple as you see all the veins in his face kind of bulge out and darken as he kind of slumps with that's a solid 14 points of damage. It's not looking great. After that, it is now definitely on. Okay. Anything else? Any bonus actions?
I do not believe I have one.
Okay. The man himself is going to, yell, like, Amric! And he's just kind of more surprised than really anything. That's all he really can do at this point, I'll say. He'll just know, she doesn't know Sherman's in on it, but he does know that you are. So, kind of reaches down beside him, and what you thought was kind of a bar stool and a cloak is actually a heavy crossbow, and he's going to turn around and wing it at you, Fane, at disadvantage. So I'm sure Sherman's going to just knock at the crossbow butt. Are you threatening at this point, Sherman?
Am I threatening what?
The man at the bar.
It's not my turn yet.
I know, but are you hostile?
Well, I mean,
Are you flexing at him?
if one of my friends just attacked him and he doesn't realize I'm in with them, I'm not going to act threatening when my turn is after like 5 or 6 people.
At this point, you can impose disadvantage because he is an enemy, but he doesn't know that you're on their side yet.
Gotcha.
So you're
Yeah,
trying to interfere with the shot, or let him attack normally. Because he's gonna shoot at Fane.
Okay, then I'll be aggressive towards him.
Okay, that will cause it to miss.
I appreciate it.
Amric will kind of lean back and whisper an infernal, which you ever hear, Malum. Go take care of whatever that is. We'll be getting out of here shortly. And the kind of devil will chitter and leap over, kind of to go investigate what's going on. Actually, so 5, 15, 20, 5, 40. Kind of on the wall up there. Basically on the ceiling above the bartender in this little corner here. And not unable to do much more than that. Is going to whip out 2 tail spines that feign. Does a 20 hit? Feign? Vane?
Vane, you there?
Let me check your character sheet. Even with mage armor, yes. Did she take shield? No, she didn't. Yeah, that hits. Okay.
Did that hit me?
Yeah, with 20 if you don't have shield or... And so I'm assuming you had mage armor up this morning.
Yeah.
Tracy is at 16, but you don't have shield, so it will smack you for 11 points. 6 points of piercing damage, 5 points of fire.
So 11 total points.
And then the second spike is going to hit you for 6 piercing and 10 fire.
Yeah, so I'm mega down.
Mega unconscious.
What's up?
Calvin.
I'm gonna head down the stairs.
Yeah, you hear like hissing and then just like 2 thumps and then a third thump as you see just Fane collapse at the foot of the stairs. So
I'm
5,
gonna go down the stairs.
10. That's 10 feet right there.
I'm gonna 10 feet right where?
Where you currently are.
Am I in the, is it supposed to show me a different map now? There we go. Okay, so I haven't seen this map yet. So copy of Sherman. Waltus, who's that?
That's the kind of sickly looking thug, ponytail thug. That's Amrick's guy. Who ate a poison bolt in the back. Before that little devil on the ceiling fills Vane full of tail spikes.
Okay, so I'm gonna light my candle.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bonus action healing word. Vane.
Excellent.
Wait, how much? I got some heals.
6.
Do I heal to 6 or do I just not be conscious? Or
You heal to 6.
There's no negative.
That shit used to be so hard to track. I mean, it was probably more realistic, but it was way hard to track.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to move any further now that you've done that?
Yeah, I'm standing away from the room, so move me. So and then the guy to the left of the fucking Kenku, that's the bad guy.
No, he's on the you haven't seen him yet. You know that he's on the far side next to Maloom, which is on the far side of the room, like 45, 50 feet away.
I stepped closer to them. If you could move me closer to them.
So it's 15, 20, 25, 30. So you're kind of crouched behind a booth. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, about 30
Only
feet
20,
away.
dude. Only 20. Only 20.
Only 20? Okay, so by the stairs.
Remember? Because of my fucking.
Right. Oh yeah,
I'm
the
slow
armor.
because I don't have any biceps yet.
Yeah, that is correct. All right, Cindy. Sorry, Maloom.
Okay.
Stab him in the fucking neck.
Now, when I'm having this conversation, could I have at the same time already? Can I call that psychic blades?
That's on a hit that activates.
That's on a hit that activates?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've never done this before. I've never done psychic blades. So the way that this function then is going to be, I'm going to.
You make a normal attack. If you hit somebody with it, it's like a smite. It's a bard smite, is what it is.
I see. So I have to hit physically.
You have to hit him first.
Okay. Now, before I do this, he doesn't think I'm attacking him, right? He thinks he's protecting me?
He is very wary of you. He looks like he's out for himself, and he is going to get out of here for himself.
Okay, fair enough. Then I'm going to attack him. Where's my weapons? Oh, Jesus. I swear I'll get used to this one of these days.
Well, interesting moment. I guess we can back this up a tiny bit. Well, alone. It's a very general term. Would you try to use your words of terror on him?
Would I try to use words of terror on him?
Yeah, your 3rd level ability.
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Nope, 2 different features.
Why does it say the same thing? Jeez.
So basically, it's a once per rest ability where you can try. It's the worm tongue ability. You can try and make somebody afraid of anybody but you. Like it's the you can only trust me, paranoid, like whisperer kind of ability.
Okay.
You can either choose for them to be frightened of you or of another creature. They're frightened in this way for an hour until it's attacked or damaged.
That would have been the move if maybe everybody wouldn't have already gone down there and
Well,
no
started
way.
the
It's basically
battle.
during the conversation you had previously. Would you have tried
Okay,
it?
well
That's
then
what I'm asking.
let's try it. Let's
Yeah.
go with words of terror then and see if I can get him to trust me and follow me out of there.
Okay, so you could at this point choose for him to be frightened of a certain target. You did fail. Who do you want to be afraid of?
Make him afraid of the spinal devil to see if he can get the spinal devil to stop.
What?
What?
What's it called?
No.
The devil. I can't make it. Okay, it has to be
No,
someone in the
it's
group.
his summoned creature. You think it's his ally?
Okay, so it has to be scared of just someone in our adventuring group, is what you're saying.
You think him being afraid of that doesn't really help you much?
I'm gonna make him afraid of his own mom.
Make him afraid of one of us so we can drag him out of here.
Yeah, but if I make him afraid of you, he's gonna try running, isn't he, or attacking you, or sending
No.
the devil after you guys? Okay,
Make
fine.
him afraid of one of us so we can drag him out of here.
All right, then. I make him afraid of you, Calvin.
So, what do you say to him at this point? You're trying to spin this tale. What are you gonna say? As let's see, as Calvin just stomps down the stairs.
I tell him this huge story that Calvin is like someone super important from the cops, and they're gonna come and get him, and that he needs to go with them before it gets worse. And that I'm telling him the truth, and that everything I'm saying is gonna get him out of the situation.
Okay, so you think you got him frightened of Calvin, and he might believe you, and will stay that way until he's attacked, damaged, or witness his allies being attacked or damaged.
Okay,
so you
and
kind
then
of tell him that you got to trust you, and now what's the play? So that just finished. That was your conversation ender. So it's now your turn proper.
Okay, so now when I do that, I'm gonna tell him that I'm gonna go grab his devil and get his devil safely back over here to us so that he doesn't get killed. And I'd like to go stop over there and talk to it in Infernal and tell it to come back and to not allow this and like kind of tell him without Amric hearing and telling him like, don't allow this human to enslave you with words that he doesn't understand like we do, and just come and help me out.
Would you know? Roll me a history check. You're a bard, I guess. You could inkling. Yeah, you begin to head over there. So move yourself as far as you want to go. You go to talk to him. And as you whisper up to it, telling it this, it just spits at you. I can never defy my master. In Infernal, and you know that this is clearly a servant master relationship, and there is nothing that can make this devil not be on his side. Basically, it's contracted. But you have him terrified of Calvin, and you clearly made yourself an ally. Made yourself look like an ally to Amric, to this thing.
Okie dokie, sounds good.
Brass.
So does that mean that if we back off, that this guy should come with us?
Yeah, I'll allow that to work.
Are we gonna have to ass blast this fucking devil one way or another?
Yeah. But effectively, since he's terrified of Calvin, yeah, Maloon, if you basically tell him that you'll get Calvin to leave, and then you guys can get out of here. Roll me a deception check with advantage.
Here we go, Maloom.
You said deception, right?
Yeah.
Big rolls.
Not that big.
Amric is frightened, so has disadvantage. And... yeah, okay. Seems to buy it. And using that wonderful ability, you're able to kind of get Calvin out of there, causing any scene. And basically able to get Amric outside, away from Calvin, as he's currently thinking that you're his only friend. Where you jump him and gank the devil, of course, because you had to at some point.
Right.
And yeah, you now definitely have Amric in your custody. That one lost me than I thought it would.
Yeah, that went way better than expected.
So we're just gonna like walk away from the dude that we've.
Well, I mean, you do put down his bodyguard once he's like not in line of sight. That is the thing you do have to do.
Now we only have a day until they start talking about us too in the city. FYI.
And as you're kind of loading up Amric and kind of scooting, you hear footstep. You hear like some sort of like somebody's being chased or something, and you kind of look around. There's this kind of rush of a crowd and some commoners being split, and you see about a half dozen flaming fists just charging down an alley nearby, like clearly hunting for something. And everybody roll me a perception check.
What do my allies see?
More than mine.
I just see bird food everywhere. It can't focus on anything
Yeah.
else.
So, Braz and Maloom, you see, like, they rush past an alley behind you as you're kind of, like, just pulling this carriage, just kind of trying to act casual, and they rush past you. It's kind of like a big rush of, like, guards and commoners. Is kind of like they're scaring up a crowd, basically. And Braz and Maloom, you two notice a cloaked figure just ahead of them, like in that crowd of commoners who's running. Like you think the fist may have like they just yelled they shouted all of you and started running at them. You see one break away and roll under your cart and kind of latch on. And just kind of like holding on to the bottom of your cart, waiting for the guards to pass. Braz and Maloom, you both notice this. And with the 17 Maloom, I'll say the hood slips back a tiny bit, and you see it's a kind of a tanned face of a young woman, probably in her early, late teens probably, who's just clinging to the bottom of your wagon as the flaming fists go charging by your cart. They seem to have not noticed. Would you like to do anything at this point?
I let the flaming fist run past before I try to bring any attention to the girl underneath the carriage.
Okay, I'd say they pass pretty quickly. You get about maybe like a half block and turn into a kind of covered thoroughfare. We're not being watched as much, heading towards Upper City. Clinging.
Braz, I look over at Braz and I assume Braz knows what's going on, and then I kind of get Calvin and everybody's attention, and Braz and I would hope we kind of point down that someone's there and see if we can surround the wagon and get the girl to come out.
Yeah, easy enough. You kind of all circle around the wagon, and what do you say?
Hello?
What are you doing down there? And what are you running from?
You hear like a long sigh, like she's not happy that she was caught. But in just like a flash of movement, she drops from the bottom of the wagon and kind of rolls into a 3-point stance, drawing a longsword in just one fluid motion. Like she's ready to defend herself like a cornered cat. You see she's already slightly bloodied, as she's kind of, her sword hand isn't, it's perfectly still, but her body is shaking slightly. She's exhausted and looks a little emaciated too. As she kind of stands, surveying all of you, the hood falls away, revealing her reddish hair, and her breastplate as well. You see that she is armored. She is wearing plate mail and has the insignia of the Hell Riders emblazoned on her chest.
I tell her, silly girl, put the sword down. Don't do that. There's too many of us and only one of you. Sit down and rest and talk to us so that maybe we can figure this out.
Are you with the Flaming Fist?
Not really, but they're kind of cool with us, you know what I mean? So like, you're safe with this, but we don't really work for them. We're just kind of doing something with them.
We're deputies, so
we're like our own thing.
I'm a librarian.
Okay, we should get out of here before they find me. I can tell you, I wounded one of them. I didn't kill him. They cornered me and I caught one of them and ran. I stole a cloak to conceal my armor, but I have been on the run for a little while since. They tried to arrest me.
Yeah,
she kind of gestures towards her breastplate.
Understand.
I'd say only Calvin recognized the Hell Rider insignia. You, just base knowledge, you, Calvin, know that the Hell Riders are the standing army of Eltergard, or well, were, and they're being arrested on sight by the Flaming Fist in Baldur's Gate.
So I tell her, just jump into the wagon with us and let's go and let's finish talking.
Okay. As it's a bit of a quiet she's intrigued by the librarian and his defensiveness. As you make your way across a very, very tense gate encounter with some watch guards who are hassling what looks like a weaver. It's kind of a younger woman. Has a bunch of like bolts of fabric on one shoulder, and she's trying to pass through to Upper City, and they're like, I don't know, this writ looks out of date. Yep, see that? Stated yesterday. Can't use that. They're just hassling this lady. Which Calvin, you recognize.
Who is she?
Snebra.
Oh, really? How many of them are there?
There's two watchmen, two members of the city of the watch. who are guarding a gate to Upper City, and they're just hassling her. So you're waiting to pass, but she's ahead of you.
All right, I stride up to them and I say, "Gentlemen, is there something I may be assistance of here?"
Yeah. This lady's got a writ, and it's a day late.
She's got a writ?
Yeah, passage token. She got to pay. She ain't got the money. So she's got a job.
Ah. How much does she owe?
Gold piece.
A gold piece?
They just start chuckling to each other.
I look at Nebra.
I'm a weaver's assistant. I don't have the money. I was sent down to get some bolts from the docks. I didn't know it was expired.
I know Nebra's full of shit, right?
She looks very like roll insight. She looks very worried, like she just needs to get across. And doesn't. You would also know that it's probably about a silver piece to cross the upper gate, and she's getting gouged because they can.
Insight 14.
Insight 14. She's looking at you very hopefully, like you may be able to sort this out just based on your bearing.
I turn to him and I say,
"Yeah, go on.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Sorry."
Yeah, she's got nothing but high expectations of you. And a little bit.
I turn to these guys and I say, "We all know that you guys are gouging for a gold piece. I think you're lucky if I let you go with 5 silver. That should more than account for what's going on here."
Oh, I don't like. I suppose we'll let you pass. What's in the wagon?
I just look at him. And I give him another 5 silver.
All right. Head on through. So they kind of bang on the gate, and it opens up. You see the young woman gather up her bolts that look extremely heavy, and begin to head through ahead of you. Thank you so much.
We call that hashtag Asimar privilege.
No, patriarch privilege.
Patriarch privilege. There we go.
Yes, thank you so much, stranger.
I whisper to her, "Don't go far right now. Follow us."
I don't.
Just for a brief, we need to finish our conversation.
Oh, okay. And you kind of get through the upper gates, past the wide, and you're now kind of an open market space. There's plenty of chatter going on.
I asked Nebra, like, what's the deal? Like, obviously you're not just a fucking bolt apprentice or whatever. Like, you can cast spells, cast invisibility. So that means you're fucking, not of no renown. So what's up? Like, what's the deal?
Sir,
why do we keep running into you?
My mistress, she can probably pay you some of that silver back. I don't know what you're talking about with this invisibility. I am just an assistant. I think you have me confused.
Are we? Do I,
yes.
Danny? She did cast invisibility, right?
Nebra did, yes. Roll a perception check.
Does this, looking back on the exchange with previous Nebra, did anything seem off about that Nebra? Like, was that...
Despite her younger appearance, when you first met Nebra, she was a little more hoarse, and a little deeper voice, but you can chalk that up to being stuck in a dungeon for a couple days. She also looked very sickly and anemic, and this Nebra looks, a little malnourished, but not unhealthy.
Does she have any of the same scars?
Definitely Weaver's assistant. With the
Is it the same
Fane
Nebra?
can tell that her nose is a little wider. Her eyes are hazel instead of brown. But it's uncanny. You believe that this woman has never seen you before in her life.
So we had a shape change Nebra, didn't we?
Yes, or something of that like.
Our mistake. We thought you were someone else.
Who is your headmistress? We'll go and see her later.
Sure. That would be. Miss Yala. We have a We have a weaver's shop on the Wide. It's not too far from here. The Threaded
All right.
Needle.
We'll go and peep her after. We'll come and see you soon.
Oh, okay. Thank you. She kind of heads back on her own way towards the Wide, the large market area of Upper City. You make your way seamlessly to C1's villa, unloading your cargo. One very terrified and beat up Amric, who Mortlock will more than happily keep an eye on. And you also have in your pseudo custody the young woman who introduces herself as Rhea. Rhea Mantlemore.
Okay.
Do you have questions for her?
I don't know. What do you guys want to ask her some questions?
Ray is
So
the one
why-
that was on the wagon, right?
Yeah.
So why did you get in an altercation with the Flaming Fist?
Well, I was there when it happened, you see. As she kind of gazes off towards the west, I saw the companion's light go out. It turned black as the city appeared to crumble and sink below the horizon. I can't.
Like beneath a wave or beneath the land?
Beneath the land.
I believe that would be a sinkhole.
No, you don't. I was on the outskirts in a training exercise. When I made it to the city, there was nothing. Just a crater. Not a hole, just like it's gone. The whole city. It's just gone.
Like the earth just ripped apart?
Something just scooped it right out of the ground. People and all.
Like from the sky?
They
A massive teleportation spell would not
scooped
arrive.
it?
I led a group of refugees out of El Terrell, seeking aid from Baldur's Gate. They wouldn't let us in. I managed to sneak inside before the gates closed, and I didn't get too far before a group of fists noticed my armor and chased me down an alley. I was cornered. I wounded one of them, grazed, nothing more than to slow him down, and I've been running. I heard before I left that Thavius Krieg is here in the city. The High Overseer. I don't know, but I heard rumors on the road that Krieg was in the company of 4 guards, often employed by the Van Thamper family. The estate is in Upper City, which you so kindly helped me get into. It's been previously beyond my reach. I was on my way to interrogate this one, chuckling to herself as she points towards Amric. Myself. It seems we are of a similar mind.
In his mind, Braz is screaming, fuck! Because not only did he now watch some cops take a bribe a couple times, now he just assisted us in spying.
You're an outlaw now.
I'm worse than that.
You're under arrest.
Imagine.
But it seems we may have similar goals.
I don't know what my goals are. We're just trying to get out of here.
Oh. I need to get into the Van Thamper villa. Can you help me?
That's where we're headed to, right?
We do. That is our goal too.
Why?
So, what is? I'm sorry, honey, but we've been dealing with some bullshit today, and the past couple days. But what isn't it for us? What are you gonna do for us if we help you do this? Because we obviously have the same goal, but what exactly is like the overarching goal for you? And what's in it for us?
Honor. Save my city. Maybe save yours.
I don't have a city.
Does she look strong?
She looks very strong.
Okay. Meat shield?
Yeah, like
Are you guys
horse
like mad at a
girl,
meat
like
shield?
horse girl could bench press a horse.
For sure.
So she's clearly had extensive military training.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to have another person in the group. Okay, I mean, yeah, as long as this is what you're gonna really go in there and do, and nothing funny is gonna happen while you're in there.
No, if we can find Davius, I'm sure he can sort this whole thing out. We can save El Terrell. We can save Baldur's Gate before anything else happens to the people here. And we can bring it all back. I need it back.
Does she have a golden question mark above her head?
She does not.
So, besides Calvin knowing what that logo is on her chest, I don't know anything about the city. I don't know anything about these people's problems. I look at her and I'm very curious. I'm like, what? And I tap with my tail on her chest. What is that? What is this?
She kind of recoils from. She doesn't. She's not. It looks like a child with sticky fingers just touched her armor. Kind of. She's trying very politely to not be rude to you. She's clearly like just a little uncomfortable with you, Maloom. But you think that's may just be where she's from. She's like, oh, this. Well, that is. It's the insignia of the Hell Riders. You've never heard the story.
No, I grew up on a farm in a barn.
She kind of rolls her shoulders back and says, well, this is a story maybe for another time. She grins at you. And that is where we'll leave it for this week. She will explain at a later date. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, at this point, we'll put a pin in it. Thank you all very much for playing and joining us for another week of Tuesday night D&D. As usual, we'll see you all next Tuesday. We're going to throw it over to Ben from Clara Games, who has some announcements, and then we're going to jump to another stream. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
To this one. All right, so thank you everybody for watching. We are going to actually jump into another channel. Please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, any donation of bits or anything that you can give us would be greatly appreciated, or subs even. Next week we're going to have Cleric Talk. We do not have the Cleric Workshop this week, but we'll have Cleric Talk next week on Tuesday, so please be sure to follow along for that at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We're going to go host somebody now, so thank you for watching, and we're gonna jump into quests and chaos, so be sure to give them likes and follows and everything, and be good representations for Cleric. Appreciate it.